Okay, now we are going to discuss about the classification of Echinodermata. Generally, Echinodermata classified into 5 classes, and the phylum Echinodermata, it is divided into 2 subphylums. Okay, based on their structure, based on what, especially umbrelloculus system, it is divided into 2 subphylums. Echinodermata, phylum Echinodermata classified into 2 subphylums. The 2 subphylums are, one is Palmatozoa and second one is Luterozoa. Palmatozoa, Luterozoa. That means this Echinodermata classified into 2 subphylums, that these are Palmatozoa and second one is Luterozoa. First of all, we have to discuss the difference between what is Palmatozoa, what is Luterozoa. Palmatozoa, Echinodermata, this phylum Echinodermata, classified into, divided into 2 subphylums. Subphylum Palmatozoa, and subphylum Luterozoa. What is the difference between Palmatozoa and Luterozoa? If you observe Palmatozoa organisms, these are the primitive organisms, starting Echinodermata organism. The Palmatozoa organisms are mostly sessile. Sessile means non-movable. Mostly, especially for these animals, whatever animals is there in this Palmatozoa, especially for just like a lily and feather-like structures, and these are having stalk-like structure, and through its stalk-like structure, it attached to the substratum. That means it is based. It is what attached. It is non-movable. Sessile organism, mostly sessile. Sessile means what? Non-movable organisms. Okay, that means it is attaching some substratums. Okay, any attachment, in ocean, it is attached to any rocks or anything. Okay, so that mostly sessile organisms, Palmatozoans, are non-free movable. These are not free movable. Some are very less. In this also, some are free living organisms is there. The free living organisms are feather stars. Mostly sea lilies, all types of sea lilies are what? Sessile organisms. Sessile means what? Non-movable. Non-movable organisms. And here, second point, the mouth and anus. In these animals, the mouth and anus, okay, both are having here, mouth and anus, both are having in upper surface only. For example, these are any animal, what, sea lilies or anything, mouth and anus both are having in upper side only, not ventral side, upper side only. Both mouth and anus, both are present here. Mouth and anus having in upper surface. Remember the point. And here, very very important, Madrephorid is absent. So many times in examination they are asking in which phylum or which class Madrephorid is absent. What is Madrephorid? Madrephorid is a sieve plate. Sieve plate. What is the use of Madrephorid? Especially, unique feature of Echinodermata is what? Umbrelloculus system or water vascular system. Water vascular system in especially for in Echinodermata. Madrephorid, for example, okay, example only. Okay, Madrephorid. Okay, Madrephorid is useful to. Madrephorid is a plate-like structure, just like hole. The water is enter into the Echinodermata through with Madrephorid. But here in this Palmatozoans, Madrephorid is absent. Mandriforite is absent. What is mandriforite? Mandriforite is a plate or sieve plate. Sea water enter into the echinodermata through with mandriforite. Here in Palmatozoa, mandriforite is absent. Mandriforite is absent. How water is entered? Directly. Here having umbilical system is what? Open. The grooves are, canals are, channels are open. Directly water is entered into the, without mandriforite, no need for mandriforite. For example, this water vascular system is closed, mandriforite is needed. But water vascular system is just, it is an open structure, so that what we call umbilical grooves, radial channels are open. Directly water enter into the body, so that umbilical grooves are open. Okay, these are the characteristics of Palmatozoa. Remember, mostly Palmatozoan organisms are free-living organisms. Okay, sessile. Sessile means it is attached with what? Stalk. Okay, this is the stalk-like structure. It is attached with what? Stalk. Okay, to substratum. Okay, and some are free-living, very less are free-living. Okay, feather stars. And mouth and anus both are having in upper side only. Upper region. Okay, mouth and anus both are having in upper region only, upper surface or oral surface. And mandriforite is absent and umbilical grooves are open. Okay, that is the characteristics of Palmatozoa. In Palmatozoa, only having one class. These are the primitive organisms, primitive starting echinodermata. Okay, crinoidea. Okay, crinoidea. Okay, that is the example of class of what? Palmatozoa, again divided into only one class, that is crinoidea. Okay, here examples of Antedon, feather stars, sea lilies, and okay, Neometra. These are the examples of Palmatozoa. Okay, again we have to discuss. Okay, here Luterozoa. Second subphylum is Luterozoa. The first subphylum is Palmatozoa. Luterozoa, Palmatozoa. Why it is divided two subphylums? Luterozoa organisms are free living. All are free living organisms. Do not have stalk. What is stalk? For example, this is stalk. It is useful to attack the substratum. But here do not have stalk. No need for stalk. Why? Because there are free moving organisms, freely swimming in water. Free moving organisms. What are they? Luterozoa. Mouth is oral. Here also mouth is oral. Oral means front side, anterior. Okay. Mouth is oral only, but directed. It is turns into downward. Try to understand. Mouth is oral only. Here also same as it is. Mouth is oral. Here also mouth is oral, directed toward downward. Okay, that is important. And mandriforite is present. That is a very differences between what? Palmatozoa, Luterozoa. Here mandriforite is absent. Here mandriforite is present. That means the water enter into the body through with mandriforite. And umbilical grooves are closed. Why? Because water is entering into the body through with mandriforite. No need for open umbilical grooves. No need for radial canals. No need to open radial canals, radial rings. Okay. Why? Because already these are closed structure. Mandriforite is present, so that water enter into the body through with mandriforite, so that umbilical grooves are closed. Again, these Luterozoa classified into four classes. What are they? There are Asteroidea, Ophiuroidea, Echinoidea, Holothuriidea. Asteroidea. Astera means what? What is the meaning of Astera? Stars. DNs means what? Forms, living organism. Star-shaped structure. These are asteroidea. Ophioidea we can call especially for brittle stars also. These are especially for the arms are very flexible, easily moving. Okay, arms are flexible class. Ophioidea. And Echinoidea. Echinoidea, the body is not divided into branches, especially for arms. Just like a sand, just like a dollar shaped, ovoid. That means round shaped structure organisms, Echinoidea. And Holothuroidea, which is just like a what, especially for polyp structure, just like nothing but we can call sea cucumber like structure. Okay, these organisms are, it is classified into 4 classes. Okay, that means Lithyrogova classified into 4 classes. One is Asteroidea, Ophioidea, and Echinoidea, Holothuroidea. Okay, we'll discuss about the examples of these. First of all, differences between Pelmatogova and Lithyrogova. If you observe the differences between Pelmatogova and Lithyrogova, Pelmatogova organisms are sessile. Already I am told sessile, attached to the substrata mostly. Very less are what? Free living, feather stars. Here, Lithyrogova organisms are free living, free moving organisms, do not have stalk. They are having stalk. Stalk is useful to attack the substratum. Okay, and mouth is anus, are both are upper surface only, oral only. Okay, and here the mouth is oral upper surface only, but it is open, it is directed downward. Okay, and mandrill is absent. Here mandrill is present. Umbrellocular grooves are open, umbrellocular grooves are closed. Okay, these are the differences between, especially for Pelmatogova and Lithyrogova. Examples also important for NEET exam. Okay, here Antedon or feather star, sea lilies we can call Telocrinus. The other name of sea lilies we can call Telocrinus. And Neometra, generally common name feather star. Feather star. Okay, feather star common scientific name is what? Neometra. Okay, try to remember, that is Pelmatogova. Examples are Pelmatogova divided into only one class, that is we can call Crinoidea. Okay, Crinoidea. Okay, examples are Antedon, feather star, sea lilies. Okay, sea lilies we can call Telocrinus, and Neometra we can call feather stars. Try to remember. And Lithyrogova is silent. Lithyrogova again divided into 4 classes. One is Asteroidea. Astera means what? Star-shaped forms. Star-shaped structure. Example we know very well, that is starfish. Starfish is the example of Asteroidea. Why? Because these are look like stars. Star structures is there. So that we can call Asteroidea. Okay. Asteropecten. And Ophioidea, example Ophiothrix. Ophiothrix, other name of Ophiothrix we can call, very important, spiny brittle star. And Gorgonocephalus basket star. Okay. These are what, especially for brittle stars, examples are Ophioidea, examples of brittle stars we can call Ophiothrix, spiny brittle star, and Gorgonocephalus we can call basket star. Echinoidea, which are sand, which are we can call dollar shaped, ovoid shaped structure. Echinoidea, examples is Echinus, sea urchin. Echinocardium, carda means what? Heart. Heart urchin, easy to remember. Echinocardium, carda means heart. That is nothing but general name we can call heart urchin. And Echinodiscus, we can call sand dollar. And Clypester, we can call cake urchin. Based on the shape, the given the names Echinoidea. And Holothuroidea, we can call example is what? Just like a sea cucumber. Example is what? Holothuria. Example is Holothuroidea. Okay, just like sea cucumber. This is the classification of what? Echinodermata. 2 subphylums. Pelmatogova divided into only one class, Crinoidea, and Lithyrogova divided into 4 classes, Asteroidea, Ophioidea, Echinoidea, Holothuroidea. Okay, this is the classification of Echinodermata. Now we have to discuss about crinoidea.